So progressing on with the turret now, and it's pretty much complete as far as the main assembly is concerned. So I've left everything removable. As you can see, I mean, there is a huge amount of detail packed into this. This is all straight out of the box. I mean, the machine gun here, the detail that's gone into this machine gun here is phenomenal, really. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely full of detail. So I might actually change my initial plan and get everything glued together as far as the turret's concerned, and then actually leave the top removable, because once this is glued together you can actually you know, it snaps in there so well that you wouldn't notice, I don't think, once you've got it all together, that is. That's quite a nice join. As you can see there, it's still not tight at the back. So once that's all pulled in together and pushed tightly with the mantlet and glued down, I think that top deck is gonna pretty much slot straight in there. So that's very nice. And you should still be able to see quite a bit once you've got the cupola on. We're going to have the loader's hatch open like that, and we're going to have the access the access hatch on the side here open, so you should be able to see quite a bit in there. Certainly through here, that's one of your main points, and there should be some light in there once all that's painted a kind of white colour. So I'm pretty hopeful that that's all going to be it's going to be plenty to see, especially obviously if we leave the roof off. And what I've chosen to do is get as much of this together. In fact, I think I've got all of it together without actually gluing anything. So this is where so you've got the gun breech there. This is where it all comes back to bite me, because it's locked in a little bit here now. It's this side here. It's got this piece which needs to kind of slot in between a few bits over here, so I pushed it together and then glued those parts in, and then when they were dry I was able to pull it out, so it kind of just slots in between here. See, it's meant to go up against the roof, I believe. These two parts glue to the roof, there's marks for them there, but obviously I'm not going to do that. So it's just a matter of lining it all up, and you just got to be careful when you take this off, and then this bit still comes out as well. And then that means I can get in there and paint it pretty well. That's all glued together, but I'm pretty sure I can do what's needed in there. So next up, it's on to the hull, and then I'm going to get all of the interior parts finished and painted, then glue it all together, and then work on it as if it's an exterior model, and sort of go at it in two stages. So that's coming together quite nicely and fits really great. Few strange issues for the level of detail and how new the kit is and how well engineered it is, but for the most part there's not been many problems. Then we've got the other build that I'm doing as part of this, which is the Ferdinand from Zvezda. And this is nice, a totally different kettle of fish. There's almost no similarities with the Ryefield kit. It's a very basic build, and obviously it's not got an interior. Now I'm just getting to the point here, I'm starting to wonder how I want to get this part, what I want to do as far as hatches and the rest of it is concerned. I think what I'm probably going to do is have the driver's hatch open, possibly the radio operator's hatch as well. I expect I'll have the commander's hatch closed, and possibly this one closed. I'm not sure. I want to have it in a driving situation, as if it's driving past the Tiger. It's the Tiger that's going to be parked. So I don't know whether I might have some crew sat on it, or I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have a look at a few more pictures of these at Kursk. But as far as the fit, it's very, very good. You just got to test fit. It's sort of built up in quite a strange way. You've got these parts in here on the inside are already there, but then you glue the detail exterior parts onto those on the outside. And the engine deck's made up in a few pieces as well. I've skipped quite a lot of steps, as I usually do, to just get the shape together, and then I then put all the final touches in once I've got the thing together in its entirety. The only thing that's kind of stopped this slightly is I was looking at these hatches that go in here, and I do have there's a gap here. So I've made the Tamiya elephant, and I was looking at that, and there doesn't seem to be a gap there. So you can either get it flush up here to the grills here, and then you leave a gap up against there, or you can have it flush back to there, which it's meant to be, and then you've got a gap at the front. So I'm not sure what's the lesser of two evils there. I believe these are access doors, so they were hinged there, and they're meant to hinge up like this for whatever reason. And it does have a large shroud, I guess, that goes over here, so that's going to cover a bit of that as well. So I'm just not sure yet. I'm going to keep working on that. It might be that I just put a sliver of plasticard down there to extend it, or I might just put it together and not worry about it too much. Just slightly undecided. I cannot get this any further forward, this superstructure here, and it is flush at the back where it's meant to be, and moreover it can't go any further because it's butting right up against here, which is what it's meant to do. So just not sure what to do on that, so I'm going to keep playing around with that. But as soon as I've decided, I'm going to get the hole on, and then once I've worked out what I'm going to do with the figures, I may need to put some ledges on the inside so I can put the figures in, unless I can have their elbows pitching them on the outside. I'm just undecided on all of it yet, so I'm just playing around with ideas. But it's all coming together quite nicely, so hopefully I'll keep progressing with this, and we'll have another update shortly.